In this tutorial, we're going to walk through how to view and edit employee time clock data. The best place to do this is on the time clock data page, which is found on the left-hand side underneath time clock, and then you'll see time clock data as the second one down. First thing I want to do is load the start date and the end date of the period of which time you want to see. So I have my start and my end date already pulled up here. You're also going to want to choose the positions you want to see. So if you just want to see one, that's great. You can just choose the one. If you want to choose multiple, you can absolutely do that. And if you want to choose all the positions that you are a manager of, you can choose that as well. You will see here a list of all the employees that are either scheduled for time or have clocked in and out during this time frame. If you're looking for a specific employee, you can use the filter tab here to start typing in their name, or you can choose the little drop down here to choose an employee that you want to see. You'll also need to choose if you want to see scheduled time, unscheduled time, and employees that are currently clocked in. So if you don't need to see it, you don't want to see, for instance, scheduled time, you can uncheck that and that will go away. If you want to see scheduled time or unscheduled time, you can check that box as well. Anything that's checked here will show up on the page below. The last thing you'll need to configure is the calculate unpaid break. So if you've already used the unpaid break system and added this break into the shifts, what you'll want to do is if they are not clocking out for that unpaid break, so the system is just automatically taking that break time out of their time that they clocked in for, you're going to want to leave this checked. If they are clocking out for their break, so they are clocking out when they leave for their break and clocking back in when they come back, you're going to want to uncheck this to get the most accurate data. Listed here will be all the shifts that you have during this time frame. And what you're going to be able to do is you'll be able to see the title of the shifts, the position that it was in, the shift time, the scheduled time, the amount of time this was actually scheduled for, the actual time, so the actual amount of time that they clocked in and out, and the delta, which is the difference between the two. If it's in red, this means that they clocked in they clocked in less time than what you would have imagined they would have been clocking in for this actual shift. If they do have any breaks, they clocked out and then clocked back in, it'll show as breaks in the break column here. You can also sort any of these columns. So if I wanted to sort by a specific date, I can do that. Or if I wanted to sort by shift time, I can do that as well. The key feature on this page is this in-out column. So you'll see three different icons here. First is a circle icon, and this means that there's no time clock data for the shift. So if that's the case, that means this person neither clocked in or clocked out for their shift. And if this is not the case and you need to input time, you can do that by hitting View Edit. We'll go over that here in a second. The other icon you can see here is a red X. The red X means they did clock in and they clocked out of their shift, so they completed a series of clock-ins. And the green check means they are currently clocked in right now. So those are just three identifiers that will help you spot any errors or any inconsistencies that you might need to change. If I need to change anything, I can go in and hit View Edit, and then you can use the quick clock in screen over on the right if you're just going to clock someone in and clock someone out real quick. So let's say this employee actually showed up a little bit late. They showed up at 5:40, and we'll clock them in. And if you need to clock them out as well of a scheduled shift, you absolutely can do that. So maybe they clocked out 10 minutes early as well. Make any adjustments you need here, and then hit clock out. And the time entries are going to show up right here in the middle of the screen. If there's already a time entry here, but you need to make a change to that, you can choose the edit button over here, and this will allow you to make any changes. Nope, actually they did clock in on time. And we can hit update. You'll be able to delete an entry if you need to totally get rid of a time clock entry. You can choose the delete button. And if you need to see the history of changes that were made and of the clock-ins, you can choose the history button here, and you'll be able to see when these punches were created and when they were edited and who created and edited these punches. If you allow employees to clock in and out when they're not on the schedule, those will all live in the unscheduled time section of this page. If you need to put in some unscheduled time that has already happened, maybe the staff member forgot to clock in and out, you can use the unscheduled clock in button here. And this will allow you to select a position, select an employee, and you'll be able to choose the exact time that they should be clocked in for, as well as the clock in time that they clocked out. If you want to leave a note, you can actually leave a note in here too. So I can say called them in, and then for the leave, I'll say sent them home. Clock in, and this will now show up under unscheduled time here. Lastly, if you want to see who's currently clocked in right now, you can see that on the last column down here. You'll be able to see who's here at this at any given moment. That was how to view and edit time clock data. As always, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us via email at support@subitup.com, or you can call us at 617-401-8733. Our office hours are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks so much.